AI. Or if it's real, he would, I don't know. Because if it's an inside job, they know there's a camera right there. They probably thought they blocked it, but the light probably turned on and they got shocked. That's why he pulled out them leaves or whatever. But this is ridiculous.
Who are these people that have been coming to Nancy's home during the course of this at the after effect? Who are these people? Who really is the Maybach guy?
Right.
Who's the gardener? Who are these people?
Who called grandma or who called mom and said, "Oh, who's that? Who you are hanging out with? Oh, who do you play these games with? Where is these people that come to her house and play this famous game she likes to play? Like, what? Oh, my God."
There's a missing patch of grass in her backyard. Lauren, is that Lauren? Action. Yeah, I mean, Tasha, you presented that. Came off Mark the Shark's drone.
Yes, I did. And I want them to go, the FBI go some evidence. They need to shovel that whole back.
But think about this though. If the reports are true that the FBI is going back 70 days later to check DNA, what does that tell you about this investigation?
It's gone. It's cold.
It's been compromised. It's been compromised. It's been botched. It's been a disaster, and it hasn't been handled right. If the FBI is going back to Nancy's home after it's already been, crime scene's been wide open numerous times, closed, wide open, released, and they want to go back again.
What can they do different now? Everything dried up.
Everything's dried up, man.
Immaculate.
People been in that house.
If they find Tommaso's DNA in there, I'm pretty sure he's been in there before.
I'm gonna turn your voice down. Not to offend, but I'm gonna turn your voice down a little bit. You're getting a little animated with me.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, good. Some people are like, stop yelling.
I'm sorry.
I feel your frustration because I'm there with you on this. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna try to calm down. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just passionate. And I feel your pain. Like, I know you want to figure this out. Like, okay, so the house was immaculate. What are you gonna do? What evidence are you going to find?
You're not gonna find anything.
They need to find evidence of trying to spot spit with this. They need to go back to that house up the street where they found the double book bag and get evidence off of that brick and that gate that he was trying to open up. They need to go do all of that.
That's what Misty's just said in the chat. At this point, no doubt in my mind, the guy holding the backpack over the fence is the guy. Was it Tommaso? I believe so. We clearly see a gun and holster at the fence. We see his walk, same night, same hour, same clothes, and same backpack.
Right. And the backpack is bloody.
And there was a white Kia down there in the mix, too. A Kia Soul.
I guarantee you, everything that we've said in the beginning of the case is what really happened. I believe, and I'm sorry, it got something to do with Tommaso and Annie. I'm telling you.
You think so?
I guarantee you. They need to go. They need to go dig that hole over there in that backyard.
I'm so hungry.
That's what they need to do.
Absolutely crazy. This is insanity. No, it literally is.
It's insane because the sheriff is not doing anything. And every time when the sheriff and the FBI can't really get along like that, there's paperwork and stuff that need to be handled with that stuff. This guy right here is just following what the family is saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's like Sheriff Nanos Guthrie. Might as well call him Nanos Guthrie. You might as well call him that because he's speaking for the family.
Yeah, and
but critics might say, or people might say, well, that's what a sheriff's supposed to do if you're a victim, and I get it.
I do
not. But this is still an unsolved case. It makes no sense. If you're going to sit there and say you got mixed DNA and you can't even get the DNA right in there, and we just don't have nothing of nothing of nothing. We have nothing.
Right. They ain't take the damn thing that was in front of the house. That's the biggest evidence right there.
They take the mat. They leave the crime scene open days later, and News Nation literally walking up, finding the blood in an Amazon package on the doorstep.
They didn't take the leaves. They didn't take nothing. And there was an Amazon package. That video ain't have no Amazon package. Yeah, it could have came a little later. How much later?
Savannah and Annie are not as close as folks think, Murky says. First clue was Savannah saying Annie called her. First thing she said, "Oh, what is wrong?" Tells me they don't talk on the regular, only if things are wrong. That's an interesting take.
They don't, because I remember I called in and I told you, I said, Savannah, I'm glad that Savannah talked, because she let me tell you something. She works for the news. She was a lawyer or whatever. She knows exactly what she's doing and how she's speaking is giving people arrows. And it seems like Sheriff or nobody wants to see the arrows that she shot. She shot at Cameron and she shot at Annie.
Let me just ask you something hypothetically. If someone within the family did this, and where we're at now and what transpired before, is this career ending for Savannah?
It might.
You know what I mean? Considering what, this whole chain of events and everything, if the family is involved, and again, no evidence of that, would this be career ending? Like if someone within Savannah's family did this?
It would be a career ending, because to me, Savannah wrote a book about a kidnapping. And then it just happens again. Not again, but it just happens. Savannah's career is going to be shot, but she already made all her money. Come on now, JLR. She made all her money.
Yeah, she got contract.
She won a TV show, so the Nanos. Look at that! Wow, look at that.
It's just weird. When I use the word weird, the case makes no sense to me.
And it's like 84-year-old.
But the person has to be somebody. You think it's AI, but the person has to be somebody. And he clearly, to me, does not look like any of the Guthries.
It's to me slightly AI, but they could have caught something. But my thing is, why you ain't catch nothing else? Y'all seen all them cameras around her home before.
Show a picture of the backyard. I think I got that off your text. I think
you told me that.
Tasha, right? Let me see. Tasha, can you
repeat that? Can you repeat that? No. I want to talk.
I
didn't hear you.
I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, here's the backyard here. What Tasha sent before, like it literally is like a big patch in the backyard. Now, is that I don't know. I don't know what type of equipment you can get to really define and go down, penetrate deep and stuff like that. But I get quite a few emails that people think that Nancy's in the back.
That's not messed with. That was a drone shot from Mark the Shark.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got a lot of things be going through my mind. I'm like, let me check out. I know I'll be driving crazy.
I know.
It's nuts. It's really nuts, because how you're not out there looking for your mom. Tommaso comes from the back after
nothing.
The FBI lady leaves. He comes from the back. Like, what was you doing? Visiting the grave? I don't know. But what was you doing? Then you're wiping all sweat off your face. You're walking funny because you know that everybody's on your tail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's get another caller. I'll call back. But this.
All right.
I feel you, though. I feel you 100%. You stay safe.
You too. Thank you, Tasha.
All right.
Bye-bye. I want to talk about Nancy. So who wants to talk? Come on in. So many people. Oh, Lori said, did you get my email? Let me go. Let me see. Boomerang that back if you can. Lori Stallings said, where are our friends? They aren't talking. Why? Stacy Christopher Springs Realtor says. Dom C says, hopefully FBI not sharing. Yeah, where is her friends, though? I guess in defense, you could say her friends are elderly and they're scared too. And they're elderly, they're not, like, where are the friends? Where's the pleadings from them? Where's the sign waves and everything like that from people close to her? Billboards, where's everything like that? Couldn't the Guthrie family use that $500,000 that they donated to the National Center for Exploited and Missing Children and use that for a billboard campaign centered around Nancy, putting him on bus stops, buses, billboards, banners, whatever like that. You even put them at University of Arizona basketball games up on the Jumbotron and everything like that. Or games, college games. It's crazy. Hopefully FBI is not sharing info with Nanu because he is not trustworthy. Yeah. Well, it seems like FBI is starting to take matters in their own hands. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's just so frustrated. It's so frustrated. Who wants to talk? Wanda got something to say. Wanda got something to say. All right, Wanda. If you want to talk, we're doing a phone thing for a bit. That's what we're resorting to at least keep it open. I want to hear what the people have to say, good or bad, about this case. Come on in, Wanda. It's like I'm calling Georgia.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Hi, JLR Investigates. Wanda. Come on in.
Thanks, Wanda. Please stay on the line.
I'm not Wanda. I'm looking for Wanda.
Hey, JLR.
Hi, Wanda. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you live.
Thank you.
So I completely agree with everything your last caller just said. Everything she said was on point. Like, oh, I'm so frustrated with this case. It is unbelievable. First of all, how they botched it from the get-go. And from the beginning, like I said, I know it might not be directly, but indirectly, I believe wholeheartedly Tommaso and Annie are involved. I think that Savannah doesn't know anything. I don't think she's involved, but Annie and Tommaso, I do 100%.
So
I just have that gut feeling, and I know she is still in that neighborhood. She is somewhere in that neighborhood. But here's what gets me. So Monday, when Savannah went back to work, okay, everybody's got the yellow on, got the yellow flowers, everybody's got the yellow ribbons. Well, come Tuesday, she's got the heart necklace with her mom in it. But come Tuesday, all of it's gone. Nobody's wearing no yellow ribbons, no yellow flowers. She doesn't have the heart necklace on with her mom's picture in it.
Great point.
What's up with that?
Great
what
point.
What is up with that? Like, your mom is still missing. What are you doing? You said you went back to work so that way people don't forget about your mom. But girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?
But the yellow, but there's no other mention. There's no mention. Like, I remember Savannah coming out on the first day back on Monday, and she walks out with Jenna Bush, and she walks out to a cheering crowd, and they're just like, welcome back, Savannah. We miss you, Savannah. It was all about Savannah. Not one thing mentioned in those people holding anything, no signs, nothing for Nancy. It's all about Savannah.
This is the weirdest case. It's like, oh, I'm so aggravated with it. And I know it's so sad because, A, this is your mom, and B, this poor lady, where is she? Where is she? How did she pass? Did she suffer? Was she scared? You know, again, we don't know what she had on. I mean, did she not have shoes on? We don't know who took inventory of her shoes. Did she have on pajamas? We don't know. What did she wear to dinner when she was at Annie and Tommaso's? We don't know.
No footage of you going over to the Uber. What's her condition of walking?
Yes, all of that. I mean,
plus Nano saying at the first press conference that family seen her go inside the house. Go inside the house when she was dropped off between 9:30 and 9:45. These are go into the house. Okay, what was she wearing?
Yep. And what family?
Family.
Tommaso, or was it Annie and Tommaso? Was it Tommaso and somebody else?
Was it Cameron?
Was it Cameron? Exactly. Where the hell's Cameron been?
Where was Cameron January 31st into the 1st? Where was he? Because obviously he wasn't in Vermont. He wasn't in Vermont. He was there, according to Savannah, before Savannah got there in the morning hours of February 2nd.
Yep.
Where was he?
And I'm really hurt about the homeowners association wanting to take the memorial down. Like, that is so sad to me.
It
is. Oh, well, we're just gonna forget that she's missing, why would y'all want to do that? This lady has lived there for how many years?
Decades.
Y'all really can't put up with this?
I'm restreaming JLR.
Her friend coming out there to keep up the flowers and do whatever. Are you serious right now?
Private Eyes
Y'all want to
56.
take things down? Like, just forget about it. Oh, she's gone. It doesn't matter. Are you serious?
Private Eyes 56 says, CC Moore, genealogist to examine new DNA, request made to her by FBI. She said, okay. She solved the Golden State Killer. DNA can last for years. There could be evidence DNA on the doorknobs, walls, all over that they never got. It is a new start. Thank you for that comment.
But after 70 days, now y'all want to go in and start dancing?
I mean, that gives
I
somebody the
just had it all
opportunity to
cleaned and
clean everything up.
Yep.
Sweep everything under the rug. Get rid of the evidence. I don't
It's
know.
sad. It's sad. But I'm saying, I am so glad that you are still there and you are still going live and keeping it alive, keeping this case going. Like,
But it's
keeping
hard.
people
It's hard
on
now.
question.
It's
I know it
it's
is.
getting less
God,
and
I
less
know it is.
information coming out. They're trying to keep this. They're trying to keep this way within the family and them, and that's it. They don't want
Why,
outsiders
though?
talking about
Why?
this case.
But why? Why?
And they can talk about it on NBC, where they got a $1 billion platform that they could use it on NBC, and they could just put something every day on NBC. It's free publicity. You could put Nancy's image on NBC every morning and say, this day, help find Savannah's mom, help find Nancy Guthrie. You could just put her image out there each and every day on NBC in the morning. They don't do that. Why?
Something, but no, but I don't get it. That's what I don't get. If it was my mama, oh, please, no.
There is missing families out there that would die to have NBC talk about their case every day. They would die. There's families out there. There's families out there that have, that want answers of their loved ones that are missing, children, adults, and they would die to have their images.
The resources
and NBC and giving them the publicity. But we're not getting that with it. Here we go. Savannah. Don't even talk about it. Dress yellow one day. That's it. It's over. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Don't get it.
All right. Appreciate the call.
I don't know. Thank you, JLR, so much, and please be safe and much continued success.
Yeah, Ray's left over lunch. She went out for lunch.
So appreciated. I just want you to know that everybody here in Georgia, look, we have a watch party at work. You come on, it's like you're on everybody's phone. So
cool. I appreciate
greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you from Georgia.
Florida mama, baby.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
It's funny when he waves. You know.
Who's up? Who's next? Who's this? Okay, we got hello, who's this? Hello.
It was fun doing that.
Hello?
Today.
Yeah, who's this? How are you? Hey, Dave, how are you?
Pretty good, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, you're a long time watcher on JLR Investigate. I didn't have a speaker for
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
No, I'm good. Hey, I'm only 25 miles from that Monroe State Park. Where,
Charlotte.
Yeah. I remember watching all of that.
Oh, yeah, anyway. Little Charlotte. Kidnapped. That was an actual stranger that kidnapped a little girl.
Yeah. And it had a good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I watch all the time anyway, but I just had a couple ideas. First, I really think the family's involved in this somehow. I'm not saying they did it, but if your mom was missing and you didn't really know what happened, would you be cleaning things out of the house, taking the car like she was already gone? I wouldn't.
I don't get that. Don't you have to? I understand people might have power of attorney, and I get it, but they're literally like taking things out of Nancy's home. Does she want that? Does she get? Did she say okay in the midst of her being missing? Do you just say okay? I'm just going to take boxes and boxes out of her house and plants. Maybe her favorite plant. You're just going to take things out of her house when she's missing without getting her consent?
Yeah, it's crazy, and so they already know she passed, or they had something to do with it. I mean, that's the only thing that runs through my mind. The other thing, the guy on the front, could he have been a cleaner? Like somebody else did it, but then the house is immaculate. Could he have been all this stuff in his backpack? Could he have been like a cleaner that was sort of hired to go in and clean up whatever mess was there?
That's a great theory.
Nobody knows.
I mean, what was in the backpack? The backpack guy. What was in his backpack?
Yeah.
Full backpack. Weird like that.
Yeah. really weird to me. I mean, to me, I mean, we all have so many ideas, so many theories, and so many things running through our head. I did watch Brian Etten last night. He had a DNA. I forgot her name, but she's a DNA expert.
I think her name is Cece.
Yeah. And she was saying the DNA can last for decades. And she last night, interestingly, she was saying they'd have to go back and swab again because they know who's been in the house, and that way they can eliminate any DNA they find that's different and things like that. Kind of makes sense to me. But yeah, and then of course Nano, she's another tool. I can't even imagine, what he's doing or what he's up to. But I don't want to accuse anybody, but the whole family is acting really weird. I think there's something wrong with that family or something. I don't know. That's just, it comes back to that to me all the time. They don't act. I don't want to use the word normal. I mean, I've been in RN for years. Normal is not a thing we use, but I don't want to say they act normal, but I mean, I don't know any families that were really close to their parents would act the way they are. I would have been out there searching. I would have been paying for people to go out and search. They certainly can afford it. That's just a concern that I have.
I think a lot of people agree with you. Maybe some disagree. Maybe a lot of people disagree. But
yeah,
I kind of agree with you. At this point, I kind of agree. Again, I'm not saying the family's involved. Just they're acting weird. Let's be real. Let's be real, folks. It's time to take the kid gloves off of this. Right. I mean, they're not. Right. They're just not behaving. Within those people over there in Tucson, on the Tucson side, they're not behaving how normal people would do if their mom's missing. They're not. They're just not behaving how you should do. But again, people behave certain ways, but it seems fishy to me.
Yeah. I mean, and certainly people don't have to agree with me. I mean, I think we all have our own ideas and things like that. But I think, in my experience, when people act strange or out of the norm, there's something wrong. What it is, I don't know, but there's just something wrong with this whole situation. I don't know. And to me, my understanding, now you might certainly know more about this than I do, the HOA, I don't think that's a mandatory thing. I read somewhere that Nancy wasn't even in the HOA.
Yeah, I don't believe she was. I don't believe she was, but I can't say that with 100% certainty. Right. It is a volunteer. It's really cheap too.
I agree.
I'm shocked because it's really not really an HOA. Really, if you're paying $60 a year, I mean, what are you paying for? What does that HOA consist of?
Definitely agree.
Just someone controlling your life, or do you get your roads paid? You get your roads paid by the county. I mean, what do you get out of that HOA at $60 a year?
Absolutely nothing. And my son lives down in Westchester County, and he's in an HOA, and they do everything. But in this case, HOAs can't control public property. Mm-hmm. I imagine. I don't think Arizona would be any different than any place else. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it just drives me nuts. So I know it's driving you nuts. It's driving everybody in the chat nuts. I respect everybody in the chat. I read everything and watch everything.
Yeah.
We're here because we care. Well, we like you too, but we're here because we care. So.
No, I 100% agree with you, man, and I appreciate, you reaching out and talking to me. It's the first time we ever talked, right? You've been watching the channel for a while.
2.5 years at least. Well, probably more than that, but I've been a member for 2.5 years.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. And we need fresh eyes. I really at this point I cannot trust Nanos with handling this case on his own here.
No, absolutely not.
He already has seems like a bias with this, an alliance with the Guthrie family, and
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or he's influenced by people he perceives to have power.
Yes.
And Savannah does. I mean, let's face it. She has a certain amount of power, and he's influenced by that. Yeah,
could very, very well be true. Thanks for the call.
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you, taking my call so much. Now, you have my number. If you get up here in upstate New York, someplace, I'm in Johnstown, you know that. Mm-hmm. If you get up this way and run into an issue, call me.
Yes, Saranac Lake. Okay. I love it up there.
Oh, yeah, that's farther north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to live up there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful up there.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. People are calling.
All right, Sheila. All right,
thank
you.
Take
care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Who's this? Hello.
JLR.
Hi, who's this?
You know who it is. It's Minerva.
Oh, we're live right now.
Right.
What's going on?
They know exactly where she's at.
Okay, speak. So we're talking about we're talking about an individual here has been waving flag or waving signs out there for Nancy. And what's your take?
I say they know exactly where she's at. That's why they're not looking for her.
Yeah,
And who is they?
the family, the
Annie,
Yeah.
Tommaso, and Savannah.
mm-hmm.
Annie and
And
Tomas.
that's why, yes, and that's why we have to put pressure on them tomorrow. That's why I'm going out there with those signs. I know there's not a lot of people, but all it takes is one person to come by.
One person to come by. So you'll be sign waving tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m.
Yep.
And you're
And if
doing this
anybody
why?
wants to
And
come-
what's your goal of doing this?
For anyone that we don't know, somebody might just come by. Somebody might just come by and get down and say something. Tucson is not really that big, and people talk, and it's going to take a lot of people to go out there with these signs, and I'm going to try to get a lot of groups, people to come out and help. So anybody wants to come out tomorrow from 4 to 6, please come help us.
I didn't put your number saved like with your name. That's why I didn't know who it was. That was calling me. But if you want to make a flyer or anything like that, I'll be more than happy to distribute it.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good. I'm going to bring some more signs out there tomorrow. I'm working on them.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. You have a good day. And
You
be
too.
safe.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. So she's going to be out there tomorrow waving signs. Crazy Beach 508, I saw you earlier. I think Savannah went back to New York and to work as soon as she did because I think she's feeling something off with the family and wants to distance herself from them. Dun, dun, dun. It's an interesting take. That is an interesting take, but, I think there's that, this is the family nucleus here. Who did this? Who did this crime? Something stinks. Something stinks about this.
Shut up.
Something stinks. Who wants to speak? You guys up for the challenge? Susan says. Oh, I got AJ. Got an AJ. Who's this? Or is this wait. Wait, this is Gigi.
Yes, it is.
Hi, Gigi. I thought I just saw your text. I saw something say AJ. I thought this was AJ and AJ.
Oh, no, it's me, Gigi.
I know, because I know the recognized number now.
Now, I told you long ago, family was involved. I'm staying with that. The one thing that I did have a thought about, I went back and I watched the Savannah when she went and had the interview with Huda.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that really bothered me is laughing and smirking and making faces. I already think Savannah is like doing a bad job at crime.
Uh-huh.
Like when you go back and you look at that, that's questionable in itself. Now, you know what I mean? The more I watch it, the more it looks suspicious to me. So, but I want to know what in the heck is so funny about what she was saying about her mom going missing. That Hoda would be making them faces and laughing and kind of smirking like, I'm not understanding that. And when I saw that, and then there was something that was, Tommaso said something to Hoda. I still have yet to be able to get a hold of what, I guess he sent her some kind of message and got nasty with Hoda for some reason.
Where was this at?
They were talking about it briefly right after the interview.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks were talking about it, but I never saw the text message or whatever he sent to that woman. But apparently he was sent her some kind of message and was getting nasty with her.
Really?
Okay? Yes, that's now apparent. Okay, I haven't seen it
I never heard of this. Where's the source of this?
listen, they were talking about it all over. You know how they be
I
all
agree
talking about it in the
too.
YouTube streets?
Yeah.
The different YouTubers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that he sent that gal a message and it wasn't so nice, whatever he said. Now, I'm saying to myself, I think they all might know what the hell's going on and they playing in our face. I'm sorry for cussing. I feel like they're playing in our face. I feel like they all know. Nanos, the family, I think they all know.
I mean, Gigi, I'm starting. I unfortunately, viewers, I'm starting to feel that way too. This is just a big. They're just people are playing us, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
I'm
playing
gonna tell
us.
you what's gonna be telling in a couple months if Savannah get her own show like Jennifer Hudson did. Oh, they done sacrificed that lady.
Who?
Now, I know it's taboo, and everybody say that's when you say people sacrifice them, and to get to the next level, you have to sacrifice somebody.
Oh, whoa, that's like Freemason stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Illuminati, Freemason stuff. You think is involved here?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not just with the black folks. Okay, that happens with. No.
Yeah.
It happens. Period. And if you don't, I mean, listen. Jim Carrey told y'all that it was real. I mean, plenty of people told you it was real. And that's all I'm saying is that if this lady turns up with a whole Savannah show with her name on it like Jennifer Hudson did, there's your answer. They do it.
That is wild.
They do it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
in order for that to go down, you would have to have the whole family on board, knowing what you're doing.
What is there a term that stinks to high heaven?
Say that again.
Everything stinks to high heaven.
Yeah, and it's such a lie. Like they're lying. Like the lie they told is just not even right. Like you're gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Nancy has tons of friends." Where? She had a sister. She has a sister. I don't know if she's alive still, but she was in one of them clips that they were showing from back in the day, the different times that she had been on the shows with Savannah, and she had a sister. Now where's she at? Why ain't nobody? These people don't have no other family. Where's the aunt that used to kidnap them and take them on these adventures?
Where's the Uber driver? And who in the heck would take an Uber over to the house? It just that doesn't make sense. Why is that part of the backyard bald like that? And I told you, I said it the last time I called in here. I don't believe the timeline. I don't believe the video. I don't believe nanos. I believe that this lady went missing long before they told anybody. Because remember, Savannah had that vocal cord surgery and couldn't talk to nobody. You do know that just happened. That's a fact. Cameron Shady is a $3 bill. Cameron.
I think so too.
He partnered with, he was the first one over there taking Nancy's stuff out of her house.
He was. And he also, and I'll tell you, I don't care what anyone says, when he ducked down in Annie's car and go into the garage and did that, it just was weird. Sorry, folks. It was weird. Why would you do that? Oh, because you don't want to see the cameras in front of you, but your camera's going to see you when you're driving out anyway. So what's the difference? Why you got to duck down unless he was already there?
Now, I understand you can go back for years and years to collect DNA, but it's useless if you're looking to try to convict somebody because it's been tampered over. And any defense attorney going to rip that apart. I mean, if you're looking for DNA just to find out where she's at, okay, yeah, but I mean, that's not going to be able to be used as evidence because everybody but the pizza man done been over there.
I'm thinking about doing 12-hour Nancy Guthrie talkathons here. Let everyone just vent.
There you go.
Yeah, I also
let everyone just share how they feel about this, share what's on their mind, not be politically correct, just let's go.
Yeah, get the business. Yeah, because it's ridiculous because they're playing in our face. Another thing, what is up with that family? What is up with that neighborhood?
Again.
What kind of neighborhood is that? And supposed neighbors that are like, yeah,
I don't have any words blocked.
The old lady missing, oh well. Nobody's concerned that you might be next. The man said that it could be you. It could be any one of you. It's just a whole bunch of hootenanny and bogusness. They're playing in our face, the bottom line. Just like a lot of other things that are going on right now in this country.
Should we believe nanos? Because how can we, when he said everything all over the place. He has not gotten facts straight in this case, or he said
he
so
was
many
there the
things.
day
I don't know
before.
what the truth is.
He said he was there the day before.
He said so
That's the
many
first
things,
lie.
so many things that ended up, not,
Yes.
you know, being different than he's just all over the map. I don't know
But
what's
if
truth
they-
and what's not.
If the family need this woman to go missing, it ain't nothing to go to a clown like Nanos and peel him off a couple $100,000 to keep his mouth shut and play stupid. I mean, come on.
I agree with
the man
Gigi.
loves money.
That is why this is coming from Crazy Beach. You got somebody that agrees with you, Gigi. Crazy Beach 508. I agree with Gigi. That is why I said Savannah left to go back to New York and work, because she didn't want to lose her chance for a bigger and better job.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And she said she was going back home with her family in New York.
Yeah.
That's where her family is. Okay. She
Right.
made a point to say that. You got to pay attention to what these folks are saying. She just smooth went back and ain't going to probably talk about Nancy like that no more. Maybe here and there on her social media.
No,
Here's the thing, folks.
And something big is going to come for her.
Yeah, you
because
can't
of the
believe
crime.
anything.
Here's the
Nano
thing,
says.
and sleuths know this. Internet sleuths know this, and everyone that knows the true crime cases in the last 5 years, you know, the last 5-6 years, whenever there's a high-profile missing case and a family member is genuinely, you know, not involved and they want to find answers about their loved ones, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Making pleas to the
Posting
people,
every
trying-
single day on their
Yes,
social
they're
media,
begging,
making
pleading,
please,
you know,
letting them know, just so they, you know, letting the public know, you
spending
know, on
money
their
for
posts.
advertisements, you know.
But
getting
then,
out there.
but then there's some other cases where people are known as suspects and they don't do nothing to find their loved ones. They're quiet. They scare people off. Anyone that comes near, they call police and they, you know, try to stop.
They don't want nobody out front the lady house. They don't want no flowers. They just want to erase the whole thing like it never happened. And that's so suspicious.
It's because
Thank you,
I
David.
don't know how they felt about their mama, but if it was my mama, she not here no more. But guess what? If I had an opportunity to chase and find out where she is, I would. I would until my feet bled.
They know where.
Thank you, David
F.
F.
So
58.
you know,
Thank you.
So,
Nice talking.
You're supposed to
No,
it
not a peep out of Annie and
You didn't
Tomas.
have to do
Not a
that,
peep
girl.
from them.
Nothing
Except this. This is
Thank
this is
you.
the images. This image right here does not
Maybe
sit
I'll do
right
that
with
instead
me.
of pulling
It
out
doesn't.
that
I'm
E6000.
sorry.
That makes me
Because you're a private person, you're gonna be like this, wear a hoodie. Annie's like this with a hoodie. Tomaso's like this. This is not. This is not right. This is not normal
and she was
behavior.
smirking. She too was smirking up there on the first day, when they did that first interview with all three of them up there.
Yeah.
Cameron looked like, oh my God, can we hurry and get this over with? And you know, Savannah's putting on her tears.
Right on,
looks
boy.
like, oh Lord, I hope we don't
You're
get
such
caught.
a sweetheart, Mama Bear.
It's just the behaviors, man. Get the what can we get some behavioral experts in here, body language experts, and try to. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm gonna reach out to some professional, credentialed body experts, and we're gonna analyze people's body
I
language.
watched a couple of them too, and guess what? It ain't good in the family's favor. Let me just put it to you that way. None of them came up with, oh, she's just grieving in a different way, and I don't want to hear that everybody grieve differently. That's why. And anyway, what are you grieving if the lady's not dead?
Right.
Let's get the behavioral.
Why are we using the word grieve? You know what I mean? That's weird. She's just missing, supposedly.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, I don't know.
I think she's still alive. I don't think she's
it's
dead.
like I have to walk away from it sometimes because it's
I
really
think
like,
they know
I
it's
know they're playing games,
and I think
and there's
the
so many
family
lies
is
caught up in the middle
involved.
of this thing. We'd be a fool to not think that family is involved, and that's all I got for you, JLR.
All right, Gigi, you be safe. I mean,
I'm
just, man. I hope this is
How
not
are
pulling
you?
me towards, you know, what I don't want to, you know, be pulled towards. You know, I want to think that no one, you know, is when I'm thinking the inside job, man. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Everything, because everything, even when
What
you
y'all
try
doing?
to have an open mind and go another direction, all the actual things that are there that we know are there bring you back to the family. So you can't ignore them.
Who's this security team? Like, again, who's the guy, the gardener in the red truck, and the guy, the bald-headed guy, the stocky, bald-headed, short guy in the Maybach? Who are these people? Who's the one in the Tesla? Who's the one in the Tesla? Who are these people?
They're probably friends or family members that we don't know about.
Sitting here bored in Las Vegas.
Faces and characters every
I
time.
hear ya.
Now,
I'm sitting here bored in California.
You keep on
Just 150 miles away from you.
The gardener and the pool guy.
I live in Barstow.
But there is a ball patch in that backyard.
There is.
YouTube
and if that lady,
doing my
they gave us a bonus timeline, and she's actually
right
in
off.
that backyard, it wouldn't be nothing to just sod the grass. I mean, look
This
at how
case
bright that
has
grass
just
was.
got me sucked in. I know it.
I mean, many
Sometimes I
people
wish
that have
I'd
called in
got
here and
involved
sent me
for watching
texts
it
feel like
and
Nancy's still on her
giving my
property.
opinion, and then all of a sudden,
I'm only going by what people think. I mean, if people think that, I'm just going to share what people think. You know,
That's the truth. Hey, that's the way you feel. That's the way you feel. And
no, I'm not. I don't know what to believe. I don't. I just everything stinks here. But
But why is the grass so green in that backyard? It looks like fresh sod is put back there.
They probably did.
It's very, very vibrant and green. That's the middle of the desert. Like, come on, sod, grass and stuff don't. I mean, how does it do? Did you see any other grass there? Do you see grass there?
There wasn't
In
a
other places?
good spot.
I just wish the Uber driver would come out.
And you were alive.
Whoever the Uber driver is, and say 100% fact Nancy got into that car.
Yeah.
The Uber driver never came out in a Kohlberger case, so I don't think
Oh,
we're gonna
thank
come out here.
you. Thank you.
That was 4 people.
Sitting
You know
there
what I mean?
looking,
And we're still looking for that Uber
thinking
driver.
what else.
It's always these little phony Uber drivers in these stories, and I'm
Yeah,
really not
that's
liking
all I
that
have
either.
out is
I
There
don't
was
like
also a
that.
DoorDash girl.
any of the other stuff.
Yeah, DoorDash girl. Yep. That was a
Jack in the
crackhead.
Box. I went to that Jack in the Box, by the way,
Yeah.
in Coleman.
It's very stinky. It's fishy. I don't like it. And, I hope they get everything that's coming to their funky behinds when they get caught. Because this is wrong.
Well, whoever did this, whoever did this is wrong. This is wrong. This is pure evil, man. This is stuff that, unfortunately, they say at the very last days on your earth, you can repent and go to heaven. But this is definitely hell stuff. This is hellfire, pure evil. What's happening?
The lady brought up a good point. I saw a video. A lady brought up a good point about that pacemaker and that watch. Don't they have a magnet and they tell you to stay away from magnets when you have a pacemaker? These watches got magnets in them. That's why when you put your phone charger, when you put your watch up to the charger on the back, it's a magnet. It clicks right to it. But you're not supposed to have magnets near you when you have a pacemaker because it can throw it off.
Yeah.
Interesting. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gigi.
I've been
Marianne. Oh, wait. Thank you very much, Marianne. Thank you. Again, this is kind of like just opinions and everything like that because we don't have factual stuff. So I am just opening a forum here. And so you guys can just share your opinions about how you feel about this case, how you feel about this case being handled. What's your thoughts about this? Who do you trust? Who do you not trust? Let me know what you think, because to me, everything just stinks and it makes no sense. Oh, by the way, so again, I got a couple clips. This was shared. This was clipped off of Chris McDonough, the interview room. Go check the interview room out. And they point out a couple things.
The interview room is pretty.
And then Adrian, our Scottish sleuth, put these clips out there. But I want to share these two ones with
so cute.
Chris McDonough,
thank you.
Because it is interesting.
Thank you.
Ray
noticed it. He liked it.
Where that reporter, thank goodness that reporter asked the question, because it sheds some light on this thought process of, well, wait a minute. Did they just drop her off at 9:48 and 9:50 the garage door closes and that's it? Okay. So this reporter is smart enough to say, this question, and you can hear it for yourself. Listen to the question and listen to his response.
And who called in the missing report?
The family.
You will. Can you say?
Yesterday.
Becca. So when she was last seen, a family had dropped her off at home. Is that correct?
She was last seen by family at 9:45, at 9:30, 9:45.
And did they see her in the home?
Yes. Did they see her in the home? Meaning, they dropped her off, last seen 9:30, 9:45. Did they see her in the home? The answer is yes.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Who?
Yes.
Who's seen her?
The sheriff could have been just filling it up, and just saying, yeah, without
Cameron was
either knowing
there.
or not
The son
asking
was
the
already
family.
there.
'Cause
He was there for
he
her
says, yeah,
mom's
he kind of
birthday.
throws it in.
He was already
But let's
there.
assume has the information,
He
and
was
let's
staying in the
assume
pool house.
that's what they were told.
Okay, so let's play that out. What does that mean? Do they pull up and watch her walk into the house? Is there more than one? Or are there, who's there? Who's the family seeing her into the home?
Yeah, because
He doesn't answer that. He just says yes. Okay. Now
Martha's
comes
the only one that
for
took
me.
her home.
It
By
was
the
like
first story.
my mind almost popped out of my head. The next morning, the first press conference where he shows up with the homicide sergeant who's been up all night, his team working this situation. So the answer is in the home? Yes. Okay. Now, some time goes by and No Nads is now at the podium the next morning. Listen to the very first minute.
And who called in the missing report?
The narrative. Who called in the missing persons report? The family.
Oh.
Okay, so who is the family is my question at this point.
First it
when
was
I first
the
heard
church
this.
people.
Because
Exactly.
that would have been my question that night. I would have said to, the first responder, the first deputy, okay, well, who's the RP, the reporting party? The family. Okay, well, who's the family?
It came from one phone call,
Right.
most likely.
Who's the family? Well, the brother and the sister, the brother-in-law and the sister. Okay, where are they? They were over here. All right, now I want to go talk to them.
At night. Or
Hey,
she
what
didn't go
happened?
home,
What's
right?
going on here? Okay. So now,
I think they were there putting
the
their
critical
phone
thing would
and
have
shit
been,
in the house.
I need you guys to come down to the station. We need to do a deeper dive here.
Oh, hang on.
Can you guys, we can drive you or you can drive yourself, whatever you feel you would like to do. It's completely up to you. Okay. But I need to get an interview with you guys. In the interim, can you fill out these forms and write out a statement? So I have a written statement that I can kind of start to work off of.
Damn dog.
Pretty good. South Tennessee, what's going on?
Hello, JR.
Who's this?
This is Doug in East Tennessee.
Yep, Doug. I recognize the voice. What's going on? Did you hear what I just said? Or them? Hold on for 1 second, Doug. But
Okay.
Folks, you understand what they're saying, and we've touched on this. We've touched on this about who dropped off Nancy and who exactly saw her going in the house, because I mean that is important. Who, and what was she wearing? Who saw it? Is going in the house mean the garage door opening at 9:48, 9:50 and closing and seeing her go into the garage and go in the house? But that, Nanos is saying 9:30, 9:45. So it's a totally different than 9:48, 9:50, the garage. So who? 911 call. We want the 911 call too. What's going on, Doug?
How you doing, JR?
Doing good. This to me stinks of high heaven.
Well, yeah.
Something fishy about this. It's just too much, man. It's Nanos needs to come clean. He needs to come clean.
I'm going to say this right off the bat. Kind of pardon my language, okay?
Go ahead.
This case has been. This case was screwed up from day one. I have never heard in my damn life a local dumbass sheriff taking over a case. I always thought when there's a missing person case, FBI, always took over. But apparently not in Arizona.
He said,
it's crazy. And that's like right now, if the FBI would take over the case right now, they're not going to find her. There's been too many damn people at the house. Everybody's been there but the damn milkman.
You know what I also thought too, Doug? I was like, since the sheriff seems like he's the spokesman for the Guthrie, who, I believe there's still an inside job. I'm not saying Guthrie family. I'm not saying the Guthrie family did it. I just feel like there's an inside job. Whatever was going on in the with the case, sheriff is probably relaying it back to the Guthrie family. Everything that's being done.
Yeah, and that's like you did the Summer Wells case here in East Tennessee.
Yeah, but the sheriff called out the Wells at the beginning.
Yeah, and see, that's like I told you once before. Everybody here in East Tennessee always thought the family had something to do with her, missing. But at least the mom and dad came out and talked to the public. They went on the Dr. Phil show. They did come out and talk to the news and to the public. I have said it from the beginning, and I'll bet my life on it. In a couple of months, you will see Amy Tomaso. You will see that family. Get it done, declare her dead. And Amy Tomaso, they will move straight in that house. And they're not going to care it's going to look suspicious. They don't care. They don't want that woman found. I mean, this case has been bullshit from the beginning.
You think Kenny and Tommaso is going to move into the home?
Yes, I believe they will in a few months. Like I said before, they bought a $65,000 home. He's a school teacher. He's a school teacher. He don't make that much money. And I have no in hell what she does to make money. They can't afford their house. And like I said before, if Nancy had a mortgage against that house, her house, as soon as she's declared dead, that mortgage is paid in full. All they have to do is pack their little happy ass up, move right into Nancy's house.
Unbelievable, right?
I have never in my life, I'm 54 years old and I served in the military. I have never in my life seen a case where some dumbass sheriff, she's trying to solve it. And part of my language, the sheriff needs to stick at getting speeding tickets out. That's about the only thing he's good for. He sure ain't good at finding people. I mean, it just makes my blood boil.
It's sad. It's frustrating.
Like I said, if the FBI did come in and say, well, we're taking over, they're not going to find nothing. There's been too many people in the house. Everybody's DNA's in that house. It's a shame that this little 84-year-old woman had to go through this hell. But her family don't want her found. I still say it's Annie, Tommaso, and Cameron. He's sort of suspicious. But I do believe Savannah ain't got nothing to do with it because she's the money maker. If they need to come up with money, they're going to get the money from Savannah.
Yeah, but now we're learning that Nancy rented out her casita for $1,500 a month over the years.
I wonder who the last person was that lived there.
That's a great question because I don't know. All I know is up to 3 years ago when she kicked out the Iranian healthcare worker that was there.
That's like I heard she went to church or did it online. Where's the people at from the church? Where's the pastor at? Why ain't he talking?
But as the conversation, we said this before my last live, basically is why in the heck would you even rent out your casita? And you got your privacy there. You're all by yourself. I mean, did she do it just to have some company, or did she do it because she was strapped for money and she wanted just some extra passive income? But she was renting out that casita to people, or people were staying there. She want more company, feel safer with people there.
She probably did it to have company. I say she was lonely. In that neighborhood, my God, that's a hell of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, part of my language, man. That sheriff out there Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, I appreciate the call, Doug.
Appreciate it, JR.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so I'm going to play this other clip here. Got another clip here. This goes back to, well, I mean, you know, it just doesn't, things just doesn't make sense here, as we discussed. And it seems like the sheriff, I don't know, I don't have confidence in him anymore. I'm trying my best to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when we're hearing reports that, you know, they want to possibly FBI is going to go back and redo DNA 70 days later or over 70 days later, showing that they didn't do the job right. Hello from Ontario. Hi, who's this? Hi, Brett. How are you?
Good. How are you? Last time we talked was a month ago.
We have. I remember. Canada.
Okay, it's been a month, and I got 3 things I've noticed, and all your callers are great now. Now we're stepping out, getting close.
Yo, well, now we're calling out the BS. Excuse my language.
Well, that's what I said right from a month ago. You know, you asked me my take. I go, it's family. But now I got 3 things, JLR.
Go for it, Brett.
Okay.
Welcome from Canada, our Canadian friends.
Last caller, with that?
No, welcome for our Canada friends. You're speaking for Canada right now.
Okay, so Annie, like, you know, and the last caller says Annie don't know what she does for a living. Well, why don't FBI call her? You know, like Savannah, you know, Nancy at the door that night, you know, that morning, like, you know, there's blood on the doorstep. You know, she could have got murdered. She could have wandered off. She could have gone to a neighbor's house. But Annie gets on the phone right away and tells her sister, you know, Mom's been kidnapped for ransom. She knew. Why did the FBI hire her? Great, case solved. Annie is the case solver. Amazing. She solved this case in the first hour. That's amazing. She's good. Like you know, she wasn't over at the neighbor's house. She didn't get in a fist fight with the Amazon driver out front with a bloody. She didn't wander off. Annie has it solved. It's a murder for ransom. And then 3 days later, the ransom letters come in. You know what I mean? Somebody sent it. You know what I mean? She knows. Annie knows. They should get her a job at the FBI. That's the first thing. She solved the case in the first hour.
Nice.
Yeah,
FBI, there's no need to
right
work.
away.
The sheriff doesn't have to work. Annie solved it. Okay, and another thing, JLR.
It's a shame.
Can you hear me?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to go back to the fence. I don't know much about it. The fence, right? Everybody's watching.
What fence?
Kitten. What's that?
What fence?
Where he's putting his knapsack over the fence.
The double backpack guy.
Behind him.
The double backpack.
There's a car behind him. Who was he?
Let me see what my daughter.
Well, that's what Misty Haynes and a lot of people keep honing in on. This backpack guy around the same time.
I sent you an email, with a picture. Everybody's focused on the guy throwing the knapsack over the fence. Now, if you look back on the top right of that corner behind that car, that white car is there running right behind. You can see that white car as clear as day, the same white car that might have been driving down that road on the camera. Like, why is that kidnapper? He's throwing over the fence, but that white car in the top left corner, if you pull that up to show your viewers and look at it, or any of your viewers want to look at it, that white car is in the background running. And it looks identical to the one on the road.
Have you been in it?
The one that drove by that house.
2:36 a.m.
Yeah.
2.5 miles
And
from
that
Campbell.
white car, whenever that kidnapper, whatever he was, throwing his knapsack, everybody's focused on the knapsack, throwing over the fence. But if you look at the far left corner of that, like if you just take a still shot, you'll see that white car running in that top left corner above that parked car behind him. Like nobody's got a camera, a street cam of that. Or like in that neighborhood, wherever that was, I'm not sure. But I noticed that white car in the top left corner, and that kind of bugs me.
Yeah, somebody keeps calling me from Texas, somebody that I had conversations with in good faith, but they're watching the channel. I'm talking to somebody. So why would somebody keep calling when I'm talking to somebody? It's weird.
I don't know.
It's kind of strange. So fortunately, I have to put them on the blacklist.
So JLR, can you you seen that white car on that email?
No, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I mean we've reviewed the white Kia Soul that was in the background of the guy with the backpack, over the thing.
Yeah.
The suspicious man, and it looks like the white Kia Soul that was on the surveillance at 2:36 a.m. Zooming away. We don't know where the car was going, but it looked like it was going southbound, going towards River Road, about 2.5 miles from Nancy's home.
Okay, and I got two more things for you.
What do you got?
Okay, Luke. The day of his interview, like that. Remember the guy on the porch? His tattoo got exposed.
So you think that it looked like a June bug or something like that, or something?
No, it's a tattoo. It's a sleeve. It's a sleeve tattoo, right? But Luke, during that interview, I've seen an old Google pic. He's got tattoo sleeves. He's got tattoo sleeves on an old Google pic. I looked up his name, and an old picture came up. He's got tattoo sleeves. But during that interview, with whoever he was getting interviewed with, he was covered to a T, right from the neck, right down to a long sleeve shirt. You could not see his tattoos, and he's talking clean. It's not me, whatever. But lift your shirt, around your wrist. Let's take a couple pictures. Did Danos take a couple pictures of the tattoos around his wrist? Show us, and then we'll clear them. But he's got the tattoo sleeves.
Interesting. Yeah. I've
And
seen him. Yeah.
then, hold on. And then, game night. What a nice family, game night. At Annie and Tommaso's house. What game did they play? Can FBI go grab that game? Is the Yahtzee, okay? Is Annie's name on that Yahtzee on that list? Is there fingerprints on the Yahtzee cup? You know what I mean? What a nice family.
Great question. So you're saying fingerprint the games, put the DNA, was Nancy's DNA on the game they claimed they were playing?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
To prove that they were playing game.
Yeah, this game.
That's a great question. Hey.
You know what I mean? Like, what game did you play? Was it Yahtzee? You know what I mean? Is there like you have her name on the things, or on the pieces? Let's see the fingerprints of her.
We heard it was Marjan, the game of Marjan.
Yeah.
That's on. If you want to chat, or that's on. We had a comment. If anyone wants to chat right there, tips at jlrinvestigates@gmail.com. Shoot me your number, and I might get you on.
Okay.
We're gonna start doing these, Brett. We're gonna start doing these marathon streams again with phone calls. Seriously, that's where we're gonna go at. I mean, if they want to keep people out of the neighborhood, which I'm cool with, that's fine. I have no problem being not in the neighborhood. We'll just do calls until there's something breaks.
I'm from Canada. I just hope some of the reviewers maybe might look into this a little bit harder, because I can't make it down there. Another thing is, lady on Nancy Grace says she can track hearing aid right to the minute. All she needs is Nancy's phone. And if they release her phone, she is willing to help the FBI. It's a Find Me app. She tracks hearing aids. She can pinpoint locations. So like the JLR, when you were saying 9:30 or 9:45, those hearing aids got the Bluetooth in them, she was saying. She knows how to track them. She's never done it for a missing person, but she is 100% confident she could pull up, you know what I mean, right from, Annie's house, right back to home, and right till after 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. And she's willing to show the FBI how to do that. She doesn't think the FBI is capable. She has the programs to do that. The FBI should be reaching out to her.
Kimberly P. Cotto. Nice to see it, Kimberly. Inside job. I took your Kimberly P. Cotto was saying from weeks. Inside job. And I actually put it in the title. Inside job. Inside job. Yeah. I'm with the inside job. I am a subject to change. Everything is subject to change based off the information. But if you could, if you want to sit back based off everything that we've seen thus far for 69 days, what is your conclusion here? What are you seeing here? And I'm telling you, I'm seeing an inside job.
Okay. Jill, are you still talking to me though too?
Yeah, we're talking.
Okay. The last thing, Casey Anthony's daughter goes missing. The grandparents, what sweet grandparents, like, writing the shirts and sending out, like, that's terrible. You know what I mean? Their granddaughter goes missing. Family making T-shirts, posting up. Do you remember that in Florida? Posting up posters, searching, like organizing search parties. I felt bad watching from Canada those grandparents. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing horrible than that. But they were organizing search parties. That's how a family acts, not like this bullshit.
Yeah.
I actually got a photo. Let me see if I can find the photo.
Another thing, that Savannah makes enough money. She could have hired a dang search team.
Yeah, let me see if I still got that.
That is sad.
And then that one search team that was going to do it for free, and that's what they do.
Absolutely.
And like a pro bono type thing. And Sheriff sent them away and said no. So you tell me you don't know something.
Pounding, just like your viewers are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? But I wanted to bring up that white car. I wanted to bring up Annie solving the case in the first hour. Who could do that? If I told the FBI, you know what I mean, it's a murder for ransom, they'd have me in the, kidnapping for ransom. They'd have me in a room asking me how I knew that.
I tried to look for the photo. I don't have it. I took a photo there at the thing. I'm trying to look for my old post. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Brett, I appreciate the take on the games at the Annie and Tommaso and their home, with Nancy going over there to supposedly play games.
Hi, Sue.
Did they fingerprint the game? Did they get the game? Can they prove that Nancy was playing the games, or whatever their story was to validate their story? Because I'll tell you.
What game was it? Yahtzee or Monopoly? And go get that game. Just see if it's at your house.
It's like, to me, I'm telling you, what doesn't also sit right is when they did pictures inside that home at night. Annie and Tommaso's home. Authorities taking pictures inside the home, like luminol type pictures, creepy. You can see flashes out of the garage. It was creepy. It was something. It was like not right. It's not what you do to victims' homes.
Yep.
Yeah, what you do.
I wanted to run it by you, JLR, and you're doing a great job. I love your viewers. Like they're so smart. Your callers, I love them.
We want all opinions.
Now they're onto it.
Local.
We want all opinions
and know something. Yeah.
I just hope the car. Annie solving the case. The game. Like, what game did they play? You know what I mean? Like, I just hope somebody, you know what I mean, can follow up on this. You know what I mean? So
something's going to come out.
Things that were kind of bugging me. And then get the tattoos off Luke's arm, like around the wrist. Let's see if it matches up. And if it doesn't, he's cleared. He's not cleared yet. Did Nanos take pictures of the tattoos? No. Ask Nanos if he took pictures of Luke's tattoos around the sleeve. Does he have a sleeve? Nana, he probably wore a long sleeve shirt to talk to Nanos, and he's cleared.
Thanks for the call, Brett. You be safe up there in Canada.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good night.
You too.
Bye now.
We love our Canadian friends, our viewers from Canada. Hello, Canada. Kimberly P. Cotto, again, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support, Kimberly P. Cotto, too. I love watching JLR and listening to all opinions from the Army because we want to hear opinions. I miss it when it's not on. Keeps her story alive. My grandma was my best friend. YouTubers are the only ones caring, and the viewers. Let me ask you all something. Seriously. All right. So you see it right there. tips@jlrinvestigates@gmail.com. I want someone to put in the title, I support Nanos and why. And I support his investigation and I have support for Nanos and I think he's doing a good job. Anything positive about Nanos, or anything you want to say positive, it's not no bash. If you think Nanos is doing a good job or the best that he can possibly do, I want to hear from you. I want to put you on. So I'll give a couple minutes for that. If you feel like Nanos is doing good, we want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear something. Pro Nanos or whatever in your opinion. Just put it in the title though. You got to put it in the title, because there's a lot of people say I want to talk. I want to talk. Just say I support Nanos and I support what Nanos does, and let's bring you on. Because there's a lot of people that want to chat. If we'll give you a couple minutes for that. So, or I'll just start taking other calls. But in the meantime, out there, if you support Nanos or you think Nanos is doing a good job in this case, good investigation, he's going to solve this case, things like that, I'd love to hear it, right? Tips at jlrinvestigates@gmail.com. Miriam, I'm going to call you in, Miriam. Nancy Guthrie case, let's talk. Miriam, you're up. I'm giving you a call right now. Stand by. And we'll hear from people. On this case. All right, Miriam. Welcome aboard. Yeah, there might be crickets on Nanos. There might be crickets on that one. They're like, I'm not saying anything on the air positive about Nanos, but I want to hear. Hey. Hello. Hi, Miriam. I hear me echoing.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You mind muting down the other muting down?
Yes. Hello. You hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Okay. What is in my mind? Okay. There's a lot of things in my mind, but right now I don't have everything. But I'm gonna say something about, let's say, it's so strange that now that they're trying to take every extremes, everybody that is trying to investigate in front. They're not parking in front of Nancy Guthrie house, but I know they're false. But it's like they don't want nobody to know who's going inside the house, who's not, because I don't know what's really going on, but it's a little bit weird, everything what is going on around there. That's one thing. And the other thing is that, I want to say it's a strange call that, okay, let me see. The perp, I don't know, the perp, yeah. He, actually, I see that the way they said that, okay, he went, from the back of the, I believe he came from the back door, because it was like, let's say, the one that was in the front, he was covering the one that was coming from the back of the door with Nancy to get inside the car. So I actually think that he covered the camera, giving him time to go around from the back door, around the house, from the front. That's what I think. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I definitely understand. Some people think that they worked in tandem, one front, one back, and they will both work together on that. Everyone has an opinion about that. I wish we would get more information about that.
Than one. I believe it's more than one. I believe it could be 2 or it could be 3. I think one was in the car waiting. The other one was in the house already. Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. How does the one inside the house knew that Nancy was not there, that she was going to come alone inside the house? You see?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are things that you have to, think. That's something that I thought about. How does that one that was inside the house already knew that Nancy was going to come alone inside her house? Like, he was waiting. That's why I think this was a setup. like you said before.
Inside job.
Yes. So I believe that that person knew already that Nancy was going to come in, or probably was going to be dropped out, dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to come inside her house alone. And then he was going to wait for her inside. And then the other one was going to come to cover the camera, or to take out the camera just to bring her out. And then he was going to go out from the back side just to keep the front door closed. Because they said that nobody went inside the front door. But I believe Nancy came from the front, and the other one that was inside, he came back from he just opened the door for the perk in the front of the porch. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. We'll wait and see what we get information. We'll find out if there's more than one perp. Many people think there is. I actually
I
think there's people involved. I think there's a conspiracy.
This one, like the other person said before, I heard, because I've been saying this since day one, and I'm not stopping, because I know that, like I said before, you're doing a good job, and I was the one who texted. I said, don't give up, because I know you're doing a good job. Even if, let's say, you feel alone, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are looking, what are you doing, and they're supporting you, and they are very, very grateful with what you're doing. And we are all here for you. And, I know I'm from Staten Island, New York, but I feel like I'm from Tucson. And I also say that, I have my mom. She just turned out on March 16, 82. And I see Kathy like, Nancy like my mom. I could see what her, let's say Savannah is going through.
Yeah, a lot of people can relate. Whether you had a mom, or you do have a mom, grandmother, everyone in the chat can relate with this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I appreciate the call.
Keep on with the good job, And remember, you're not alone, and we're all going to support you with everything you're doing, because it's very amazing what you're doing. I know you're from, like you said, Tampa, Florida, and I have a daughter that lives in Florida, Orlando, Florida. So, but you came all the way here, and you're doing what a lot of people from Tucson. I also I think it's 857, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing a good job too. And it's good to see how one of you support each other. That's very good. That's very nice of all of you.
Thank you very much. And you have a good weekend. Justice for Nancy.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so I do got a couple. One person says, I want to talk. I want to talk about, I think Nanos is doing good. One person says, I think Nanos is doing good. He has early Alzheimer's. I don't think it's his fault. I don't know if that was sarcastically. Loretta says in Nanos's defense. Loretta wants to talk in Nanos's defense. So we're going to get somebody here. We're going to get some people. This is anyone that wants anything to say positive about Nanos, or you think he's doing a good job. I want to hear from you and hear your opinion on the matter. So Loretta, come on in. Nanos. Is he doing a good job?
This is Loretta.
Hi, Loretta. JLR Investigates.
Hi, JLR. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for the call. Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I probably should clarify what I want to say in Nano's defense, because I can't say that I think he's a fantastic sheriff, or that, and I won't outright say that I can't say that he's done a great job, but there are a few points, a few things I've noticed, from watching your channel and a lot of other channels. And just mentioning other channels, I should say that I did hear you mentioned on another channel yesterday in a very good way. They did mention something that you had shown, and I guess Anyway, their calls just blew up. So, credit to you. I'm sure that happens to you from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say, one thing is, I think, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I could withstand the kind of scrutiny that public figures get sometimes. It's bad enough when we get criticized by people we know, or maybe people that don't really know us, but they still want to criticize us. And I think when you're in the public eye, in whatever form, I think that has to be a very difficult thing, right? So just in his defense that way, I do have to say that scrutiny has to be pretty difficult to withstand. And there's only so much defense of yourself you can do. I think, especially if you're a private person, a lot of times what you say might get taken and twisted, now suddenly you've made it worse, by trying to help people understand you. Now it's worse. So in his defense, I would say that. And then secondly, all the time I see people do this. They think that we somehow know everything about this. And I think there's, especially with the FBI, I think the FBI is very competent, as at least to my knowledge. And there's a lot of things they're just not telling us. And, for obvious reasons. I do think that Nanos has floundered and definitely has not made himself look good. But I'm sure there's some things that the Sheriff Department isn't telling us. But one of my things has been that it is quite possible that Savannah has employed some people to search and investigate, and maybe there's more things, I'm sure there's more things going on than we know. So, so those were my two main points. Not to say that I think Nanos is a great guy or he's doing a great job. But just to say that, we may not know the whole story, and it does have to be hard to stand up to that kind of scrutiny.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for that take. And, we're trying to get, different perspectives of this. There is a lot we don't know.
And, I wanted to ask you, can I mention one other thing real quick that
Sure.
I have not heard anybody say? So I'm in Indiana, and, this may not be the same in every state. I haven't had the personal experience myself, unfortunately. My parents didn't have a lot when they passed, so I have not had this experience. But so often what happens, and at least in my state, it's the same, and I think it is in many states. But so if you have an elderly person that owns a home, and they go into, well, one thing, you're probably not getting into assisted living unless you have some money, right, to pay for it, because Medicare and Social Security generally doesn't cover assisted living, because it's even more expensive than nursing homes. So, if you have money, you could go into assisted living until you have to go into a nursing home. Mm-hmm. But what happens is it's so expensive. I mean, I have heard stories about like $6,000 a month.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody that goes into there, I mean, if they're in there for a few years, most of their money, unless they're of extreme financial means, it'll be gone. By the time they get put in the nursing home or pass or whatever. And some people, even with health conditions like Nancy's, can't live in assisted living, and especially nursing homes for a very long time and get good health care, with their pacemaker and whatever. So here's kind of my thought, because I too suspect, and my intuition, which isn't always perfect, but sometimes it's right. I know Tommaso and Annie are just so suspicious to me, and there's so many weird things of them with this case. Part of me thinks, okay, it heard that Nancy's house had been on the market before, but then it came back off the market. She didn't want to sell it. And so what my thought process is, Tommaso and Annie, they don't want to lose out on their inheritance, right? Because if she goes into assisted living mm-hmm. or a nursing home,
which is probably
once all of her money is gone and she can no longer pay out of her money for that. I'm sure Savannah would help, but my thought process would be the home's going to be sold, and that money is going to be funneled into the
nursing
care,
home,
the
nursing home, and the care.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So that's their inheritance right there. And well, here's what I was telling you about the state. So in Indiana, and I have known people whose parents have done this for them. If they owned property, but they knew long-term care was coming for them pretty fast, so they sold their home to one of their children for a little bit of nothing. But if you do that, you have to do it 5 years before that person goes into the nursing home. If you don't, the state will give you Medicaid and Social Security to pay those thousands of dollars a month for the nursing home, but they will take your assets. So they will take the home and sell it and use that money because they're now paying for your care. So she still owns that home. If she had gone into a nursing home a year from now, they're just screwed. I mean, once her money was drained, they couldn't put her in a nursing home. I don't know how all the legalities of that work, but I haven't heard anybody mention this, and I think that's huge. This is their inheritance, and maybe she was giving Tommaso and Annie money, but how much money is Savannah going to help them out with? It's just a weird dynamic. Maybe if somebody knows something more about that, is more knowledgeable, they can call in and share it. But I think they were quite honestly afraid of losing their inheritance.
Great point. I mean, as Nancy or as Savannah was saying, back was, falling out on her, getting worse and worse. If you put Nancy into a nursing home, obviously they have to pay for it. Somebody's got to have to pay for it. Assisted living, nursing home. Somebody's got to pay for that health care, and it might be taken out of whatever money she has saved or the home equity value of the home, sort of deal. Yeah. And then if something happens to her, there's nothing left.
Yeah, absolutely. And that they've probably been counting on it, an inheritance all this time. I'm sure, they probably have bills and just kind of weird dynamic with their nightlife. I mean,
I mean, with this case, and not to cut you off, there's got to be a motive for all of this. There's a motive. Why would somebody snatch an 84-year-old, not take her wallet or phone, not take any valuables, and just snatch a woman? What is the motive here?
Absolutely. And you showed how dark it is in that neighborhood. Anybody that wasn't, like you said, if it's not an inside job, how would somebody even know? I can't even imagine being back in there and with your headlights on and like you said, not getting lost. I mean, it's insane.
Really is. That's a good, interesting new theory, though, that never been discussed. She was maybe talking about going into assisted living, and culprits there wanted the money, and knew that once she goes into there, everything's going to be sucked dry. You know how much it costs to put somebody in assisted living?
That's insane. I mean,
the healthcare prices keep going up. They keep going up.
Yeah, and the other thing to that is, too, I've heard people say on other shows that, Nancy didn't have any money. Savannah's got the money. Nancy doesn't have any money. There's no reason for the family. Bull crap. Okay? Number one, if you have a $1.8 million house, you have money, because as soon as that house sells, there's the money. And then on top of that, life insurance policy, she might even have stocks and bonds. I mean, who knows? And if you're broke, I mean, even a little bit of money is money, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to tell you real quick that when you talked about Tommaso teaching the AP, the CSI.
Well, that was somebody else that mentioned it. Yeah, we talked about it, but that's somebody else. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I heard that on your show, and I use DuckDuckGo usually, but I DuckDuckGo'd it, and and
you don't like that better than Google, DuckDuckGo?
On some things, definitely not when I'm looking for directions. Google's got it.
I know, Google's got it. You can't beat Google Maps.
Sometimes DuckDuckGo, I use it, and certain things Google does do better. And by the way, I think it's so weird that they can't figure out who did this when Google can tell me there's a box in the road or an object in the road a mile ahead, but whatever.
You have a disabled vehicle 0.5 miles away. Disabled vehicle. How do they know?
Get up there. It's like a little cardboard box. I'm like, they saw that from the sky.
Object in the road ahead. Well, I like the Google Maps because they tell you when police are in the road ahead. You know what I mean? Police cars in the head. You know, speed
I love
traps.
that. It's so great.
That's why I put the GPS on, even though if I don't even know that's your own radar detector. But even if you know the direction, I think it's always good to have Google Maps on because it tells you when things are happening.
Oh, totally. And I'm one of those people with a terrible sense of direction. So like, it's so awesome. Do you remember the days when people like we'd go on road trips, you know, and you'd have like somebody reading the map, and then you know, I don't know, a couple hours in, they're like screaming at each other. You have the navigator.
I used to do it all the time when I used to go from Philly to or Disney World on I-95. Rely on the billboard signs and old map. How many miles left? On a map.
There was like detours, you know, like crazy detours. You'd get lost. It was insane. Well, anyway, I just wanted to let you know I did search that up, and the AI portion thing kicked in, and it said that the Tommaso Cioni he does teach that. He does teach CSI. And then I asked it, so was that the same Tommaso Cioni? And it did say Tucson. He was from Tucson. I asked it, was it the same Tommaso Cioni that was related to Nancy Guthrie? And it came back and gave some sort of weird answer about it couldn't answer that type of personal question or something weird like that.
Really?
Yeah, so then I just gave up. I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then another point real quick. Sorry, I know I'm taking a lot of time, so I'm gonna hurry through this. But you're popular. You're a hard guy to get a hold of. You know, the thing is, this problem they're having with the DNA, you know, I'm sure Tom.
You called him Tommy. You called him Tommy.
I heard Savannah do that, and it's kind of stuck in my head. She was like, "Sweet Tommy."
So you call him as Tommy now. You refer to him as Tommy.
Oh yeah, sometimes Tommaso, sometimes Tomato. Anyway, his fingerprints have got to be his DNA has to be all in that house.
That's what I'm saying. So what does DNA of any of these family members going to even prove, really, in a sense?
Exactly.
Especially if the house is immaculate and there's no sign of an assault, and they could say, well, your DNA's in the house. Of course my DNA's in the house. I go to the house every day.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on top of that, they're not going to suspect him. I mean, it could be anywhere in the house. And they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, that's Tommaso's, whatever. You know, he could have been the one that done it. I mean, he probably could have done it with the gloves off, as long as, you know, his, like, blood isn't mixed with hers. And they wouldn't even know. Like, how would they know? That's probably why they can't get enough DNA, because, you know, if he was in there, they would never suspect it. I mean, it's so weird to me, you know.
Maybe Tommaso it's time for Tommaso just to speak. Say something, Tommaso. I mean, you want to change the court of public opinion. All you have to do is just literally speak. Do a sit down on NBC and just share your story so we can move on from him. You know, like, I don't think he's involved, but a lot of the viewers do. Yeah. And this is kind of like a forum that I want to know what America thinks, what the world thinks about the Nancy Guthrie case, right? It's a forum for people to share their opinions. A lot of people think he's involved.
Don't you think they should be like, if this was me and this was my mom, I would be like blown away that people care so much. And you know, they should be glad there's people like you and the other YouTubers, which you guys are really press. I mean, people need to face this is the new press. And maybe not every channel, but we can depend on you guys more for the truth and transparency and to show what reality is like than we can to turn on CNN or Fox or whatever, you know? And they should be glad. Like, if it was my mother, I would be deeply touched that people care and people want to solve this.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. I mean, how can anyone centered around this case be mad that people are talking about this case and talking about Nancy and what Nancy found? If they don't like what people are saying about certain people, then speak out and debunk it quickly so you can move on. I mean, they pretty much did that with the Moscow, Idaho case when they were going at roommates and fraternity people and stuff and hoodie guide stuff. You know, the local police came out and really flat out debunked it. But, you know, Sheriff Nanos also did it with this case. The problem with Nanos, you know, compared to other law enforcement is no one trusts Nanos. That's the problem with Nanos. I guess if it was like a Sheriff Grady Judd of Florida or some sort of prominent law enforcement figure that's, you know, out there and says flat out, parent or family's not involved. Come on, folks, do better. Family's not involved. We fully vetted them. Move on. Then people would be more inclined to be in. But Nanos is Nanos. Nanos is Nanos, and nobody. How can we believe Nanos? He has not told the truth. Or I don't know what the truth is. Maybe he has told the truth, but he's given so many different statements. I don't know what's true and what's not.
I know. He does. He retracts everything he says. I mean, you know, the only way I can defend him is just in the sense of, you know, we just may not know everything and public scrutiny is harsh. But I agree with you. I mean, to me, he's like the worst narcissistic boss that you've ever had in your entire life. You know, I don't know if you've ever had one of those. I've had one of those, you know, where they're sabotaging you and, you know, everything's for their ego and whatever. I mean, dang, yeah, but you know, they freaking elected him. So what does that mean? They didn't pay attention, or
sometimes they elect and they know they can sit there because they know recall's not going to happen, and they can just sit there and ride out their time and leave. You know, he's not going to get re-election on this, but he got 4 years to just sit back and put his feet up with a cigar and work out of the gym and just say, I'm the sheriff of town. And that's it, right off in the sunset.
Which is ridiculous. And I watched a show, it was like a half an hour YouTube video. It's on a YouTube channel called Redacted. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I'm pretty sure the voice is like the robo voice or AI voice. But it said that he, December of, I think they said 2024, but I don't know if I'm remembering that right. Anyway, he supposedly went to board a flight and he was going through security and he had a loaded weapon in his carry-on bag.
Yep. And he talked his way out of it where a normal person would definitely be charged.
Yeah.
I'm the sheriff. I can do it. No, you can't do it. You can't have a loaded gun there. So what makes you special? But he talked his way out of it. I'm the sheriff. Nowhere else.
Normal civilian up to $14,000 in penalty.
Yeah, and it's a misdemeanor in it or something like that. You can go to jail for that.
Yeah, you know,
even by accident, you go to jail for a few months.
Like, did your head go to why? It almost made you wonder to a degree if he's maybe involved in things, or has so many enemies that he has to be scared, and so he wanted his weapon on him. I don't know. It's just odd. You know, he didn't forget that was loaded in his bag. I mean, come on. I found that weird.
Appreciate the call.
You know? Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you go. And hey, JR, thank you for everything. JLR, sorry. I used to know JR. But be careful. Be safe out there. There's, crazy people out there. Be safe and appreciate everything. I'm gonna sign up as a member. I've watched YouTube, a ton of YouTube, but I've never done that before. But
there you go. Appreciate it. JLR Army strong. Thank you. Very grateful.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
See you soon. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Let's do this, please. 22. Nice to see you. Let's do this, please. According to Savannah, Annie called right as a great night was ending. How did Annie avoid calling Savannah all day to ask if maybe Savannah knows where mom is? Very strange. Let's do this, please. Savannah made it open up the interpretation to when she got the call, because the way I interpreted it is Savannah had a weekend and then it was the end of the day at the weekend's wrapping up and she's reunited with her husband, kids are there playing. She gets the call in the evening time from Annie saying mom is missing. Obviously we know that she was reported missing, Nancy, a little after 12 o'clock on Sunday morning. So the way I feel it was interpreted time later on the day, which is a 2-hour difference at that time because of the daylight savings. It was 2 hours. Now it's 3. 2 hours. Sometime in the end of the day on Sunday, Annie calls Savannah with the news. But then other people interpreted that it was Saturday night when Savannah got home from her, with her husband and her husband was doing his thing. She was doing her thing, got home. And then the next day on Sunday, she gets the call. So, it's up for interpretation. I think it was Sunday evening when she got the call. Also, you got to keep in mind that, Savannah said that Annie and Tommy called many, many hospitals in the area before they called Savannah, she said herself she was also calling a bunch of hospitals too. Well, calling a bunch of hospitals, doing that is a lengthy process too, considering there's like 10 different medical hospitals in the area of Tucson, Arizona. That would be interesting that Savannah said that. Would telephone records back Annie and Tommaso calling around hospitals once they went to the house? Did they call hospitals? Because obviously Nanos is saying now, even though he said before, that family arrived at the house around 11 a.m. Sunday morning. A little over an hour later, the call was made. We still don't got that 911 call. I would love to hear the 911 call. Why aren't they releasing the 911 call? What's the problem? Release the 911 call. We'll see actually who called the 911, maybe even hear things in the background, hear temperament toll, someone's feelings and emotions and everything like that. That's a public interest case. The public has a right to know. 911 calls are open to the public. Why aren't they releasing this 911 call? Very interesting with that. But then you're also hearing that the timeline, the official timeline, which they put in things, is saying 11:56 a.m. So I'm assuming if we're going to go by the 11:56 a.m., call the police. Nancy's missing 12:03. Deputy gets out there around 12:15. What are you doing? Starting to call all the hospitals around there? Calling all the hospitals. And if Savannah's saying it, did police, authorities, Pima County Sheriff's deputies, back what Savannah's saying by checking out the phones of Annie and Tommaso to see, in fact, did they really start calling around the hospitals? I also want to know who called who to report that Nancy didn't arrive to, family friends for church. What time was that? Then what happened between that call and how quick they arrived to Nancy's home, and did they make any other calls or anything in between? Another thing I want to know is, when bringing Nancy home, obviously it's Tommaso who brought, Nancy home, though the sheriff says family. Then it comes out Tommaso, but maybe it was multiple people. Was there any stops in between? What time did Tommaso bring Nancy home to the house, which the sheriff once said 9:30, 9:45, then goes back and says 9:48, because it's about 11-minute drive. It's 11-minute drive. Now, when we saw Tommaso the other day driving to Nancy's home, he took the Orange Grove route. He took the Orange Grove to Camino Zolella. I'm not saying Zollea. He took that route. He took basically the most logical route. Go out Annie and Tommaso's home to the Circle K. Bust the left. Go up Oracle. Go up to Orange Grove. Make a right on Orange Grove. Pass First Avenue in Orange Grove. Go right by the church and the school. Go in the neighborhood. He took the route and went from the north side of Nancy's home and went down on Camino Escalante down. So I'm assuming he goes that route. The other routes are kind of weird. Okay, so what time did Tommaso and or somebody else with Tommaso take Nancy home Saturday, and does it jog the time? 9:48 when the garage door opens. Was there any stops in between? It takes about 11 minutes. So it's safe to say that Tommaso and whoever else was in there, because he said family, and then it goes back to Tommaso, and then it goes back to family and children. He also said children. You would think if it's 9:48, you're talking about 9:35 p.m. Saturday night, January 31st, where they dipped out and went directly to there. Did they make any stops? They go to 7-Eleven. They go anything else? Possible search location in Wrightstown, Washington. Look it up. Has it been thoroughly searched? Wrightstown, Washington. Luna the Tuna says. What's in Wrightstown, Washington? I don't know anything about Wrightstown, Washington. Wrightstown, Washington. Where is Ted? Ted called me yesterday, by the way. Let's see. Ted called me. Let's call Ted. Let's call Ted. And then I'll take some calls and everything like that. But these are like some unanswered questions. Here's Ted. Ted is in the area, isn't he? Ted. Let's see what Ted is up to. Maybe he's drinking some tequila tonight down there on the border. Ted drinking. We didn't get to the border today. I had some things going on. Didn't get to the border. but I'd like to go to down towards the border, and we'll most likely get that done this weekend.
Telephone number.
No Ted. Call Alex. People say call Alex. What's Alex up to? Is Alex okay? I'll call Alex. As Alex called me yesterday, checking up. Let's call Alex. He likes to say I'm live, and I like to say I'm live too. So this is what he'll probably say. He'll say, I'm live. Maybe. Is he live? Alex. Alex is Alex. JLR is JLR. We all have different personalities. I can tell you, Alex is a good guy in person. A very nice guy, a very passionate guy, a very funny guy. He has a good sense of humor, and I enjoy the times that I would hang out with Alex. His personality is much different than me, but I like him. I think he's a good guy, and he's always treated me well. And everyone that I see, him around, he treats well too. So Alex is going live at later on this evening. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do want to just show you guys like down to the border and stuff. Okay, so somebody else said they wanted to talk about nanos. I saw this earlier. Let me see. But I want to hit up the border too. Somebody said I want to talk about nanos.
Well, I'm going to go hang out with Ray. It's already 5:30. I'm going to shut this down because we'll probably both fall asleep.
No, there was one person that said.
Anyways, if he comes on tomorrow, I may shoot on tomorrow. I don't know. It just depends on what's coming down. Something's got to give here pretty soon. Maybe after all this and then.
Please call me. Stage setup. Cameron threats.
Something might happen.
All right, Erica. Erica wants to speak about a bunch of things. I didn't get anything really else positive about nanos, believe it or not. I was shocked. I'm getting so many emails, and I said, hey, in America, if you want to say anything positive about nanos, shoot me a message. And I looked at my thing, and I got nothing on nanos. I got like, oh, nanos is okay, but nothing where somebody seriously wants to stick their neck out there and share. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Is this Erica?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Erica. JLR Investigates.
Okay, so I'm watching you since day one.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that Cameron, he has the family threatened. I really feel that he has also threatened nanos, maybe blackmailed him before anything even happened. The only reason why I'm saying that is because he's way too quiet. His demeanor, everything is just a little weird and off about him.
Oh, just sitting here.
Also, I feel that we don't know who actually brought Nancy home. I feel that it's kind of weird that Nancy was only at Annie's for about maybe 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then also getting dropped off by Uber. To me, that's kind of weird. I feel that, yes, the Uber driver took her to Annie's, but she never made it back to the house.
So
also,
yeah.
To me, it's kind of weird how, so every camera, for example, Ring, Blink, Nest, you have to have a subscription. And to have the subscription, Auto takes them out of your account.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure she had money in her account to keep the subscription. So who was actually controlling the subscription? That's the question.
That's a great question.
Right. So I feel that whoever, maybe it was Cameron that had access to it, and he would, check the cameras often. Just to he might have said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to be the one looking. I'm going to have you logged in also as myself, to check up on you and see if there's any suspicious activity or whatever the case may be. I know you wanted the cameras just to do the whole bird watching situation, but for your safety, I'll have a login too, and I'll check up on you as often as I can. If I see anything suspicious or whatever, I'll call Annie or whatever the case may be." So I feel that, they all have plenty of money to keep the subscription. It just keeps going. It doesn't ask you to renew it. It just keeps going.
I mean, it's not even an expensive subscription. You can get so many other apps that are more than that.
Exactly. I have a lot of stuff written down. I feel like Samantha was
Savannah.
actually
Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah, I say Samantha sometimes too, just by accident.
Yeah, so I think Savannah somehow was threatened too, and she's given clues. And when she was given especially when she was given the clue when she spoke to her brother and he said like automatically it's a kidnapping, and basically blaming her. Like I think she was given clues, like because it doesn't make sense. We're smart. The people on TV that watch the TV, we're smart. We can put things together. So I feel like she was also threatened too. The thing is that Cameron is in the military. He's a very smart man. So is Tommaso. I feel like him and Tommaso are both in on it. I don't think Annie knew anything about it. I think she was just, I don't really think Annie knew anything about it. I really think this is in between Tommaso and Cameron.
You know, one thing we haven't seen any photos or any videos of Tommaso or Cameron together.
Right. But
not even in family photos, nothing. Why?
Right.
Do they get along, or is this for purpose, or what? Or does it not matter? Who cares? What are we thinking here, folks? Do we care? None of our business.
Right. I also think because as far as what Google says, I'm not sure if it's accurate or not. It says that Cameron makes about $105,000 to $250,000 a year.
Whoa! Where are you getting this at? I didn't know that. Where are you getting this?
This is what Google says. Like I said, I don't know if it's accurate or not, so I can't vouch on it. That's from him being retired and doing X amount of years in the military. That's what it says.
Wow.
But let's just say
he's rolling dough.
Let's just
if it's
say,
true.
Right. Let's just
How does Google know?
I mean, Google does. You can Google anyone and it'll give you their net worth. Not anyone, but it will give you a net worth. So I was thinking, he was in the military. Who knows if he has some type of PTSD, whatever the case may be. What if he has some kind of addiction? It doesn't have to be with drugs. It can be with gambling. He might owe some money. He might be trying to play it smart and he doesn't really care about actual physical money being given to him. Maybe he wants to just take over the property. I'm the oldest child. Something within that. Because also when you come to think about it, it's kind of like they had the house for sale at one point. Maybe Cameron said, take it off the market, Mom. Take it off the market. And maybe he has some type of addiction that Nancy knew about that she didn't share with anyone. So maybe the money that Nancy was taking for rent from whoever she was renting from, maybe she was giving it to Cameron.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
You never know.
You see Tommaso.
Cameron is a private person. Obviously, he doesn't have social media. I don't see any social media on
Cameron.
Him. He actually spoke at one of the Instagram videos on Savannah's page. He spoke just himself for seconds. We heard him in family plea to the kidnappers kind of deal just shortly at the end. Don't know much about Cameron. All I know is the weirdest thing I've ever seen, observing at that house. Well, Cameron has been at the house. Cameron did something interesting on the Petro too. It was outside Nancy's home. Cameron was pulling out Nancy's car, and Cameron pulls out his camera and starts filming John DePietro. Like, it was just weird, like this, like kind of like, he's driving by and he's shining the camera at John DePietro. Now, again, the most mysterious, weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life was when the Maybach comes to the house, the bald-headed guy. He pulls into the driveway. He's alone. There's nobody in this car. He gets out, walks around, ends up going in the house. Then Annie arrives, and Annie pulls in. And now when Annie's pulling in, it's only Annie. It's only Annie. Annie pulls in, goes into the garage, opens up the drive. Car goes in, close, right? About 45 minutes or an hour later, garage door opens. Now the Maybach guy's in the house. Again, nobody in his vehicle. Annie pulls out, and when she's pulling out, then what it appears to be Cameron pulls out with her in Nancy's Subaru.
Yes.
Where the heck did Cameron come from? Because he didn't arrive there unless he's hunkered down inside the house, sleeping in the guest house, or ducking in the car.
He's like a ninja.
It's like, what the heck? That was the weirdest thing. It was like Houdini stuff. It was kind of like, you know, like, where's this guy pop out of? And then check this out. They both leave the driveway and both go separate ways. They both go this way. One goes down Camino Marival to the south. The other one goes to the north. Cameron goes to the north. Annie goes to the south. And guess what? A tipster who was coming over and giving me some drinks. Shout out to her. She was very nice. She came over and gave me drinks. She's like, you will not believe this. She's like, I'm driving down Rudisell, which is a road like 2 miles away, and she sees both cars uniting in a long driveway and then going down a long driveway, like an Airbnb rental that they were having. Yeah. So they left and then reunited, and it was down the street, and they're sitting there in the driveway. And she's like, I seen him. The car. Nancy's Subaru. Now, Cameron's, driving around in the Subaru and everything like that. I don't know if he has authorization. I don't know if he normally drives the Subaru or what, but it was secret stuff. It was concealment. It was shady in my eyes. Because he knows the cameras are out there. So why would he duck going in unless he was already in the house? But if he's already in the house prior, then he's sitting there hunkered down in the house with all the lights off, because not one light has been on in that house. It's shady.
It is.
Explain it. Unless you can explain.
I just really think that it did not happen at the house. I think it happened either at Annie's, or they took her somewhere from Annie's and did whatever it was that they did. And I feel like if, let's just say, that footage from the perp is real, it's not AI or whatever it is, what they did was that was staged. That was to take the camera down and stage it as though they took her from home. Because how is it that you can get footage from the perp, but you can't get footage from them dropping her off?
Anything. Nothing.
No timeline.
How are you going to have nothing? Not one thing, but you can go through the metadata or the prior datas and the backup systems and get this perp multiple times. We don't know the other date. We're assuming January 11th, but you can't get anything else. Nothing. We can't see nothing unless they have it. They don't want to share it with us, and that's doing the public a disservice.
But this is why I say that I think that Cameron has the family threatened, and he has Nanos threatened. And Nanos is very vulnerable. So he's an easy person to just blackmail.
Can threaten the sheriff?
I think so.
Or have something over the sheriff's head. Now, people, there's people that have stuff over.
He can blackmail. People in the military know a lot. A lot. They know a lot of secrets. They know a lot. So, I mean, I feel like he might have something on him. And he's like, you know what? No searchers. No, I mean, like, really, there's no way. I'm sorry, but if this was to happen to my mother, I wouldn't care about my job, my career. I wouldn't just go back to work and just act like normal. I'm pretty sure everyone is threatened by him. It has to be. It has to be him. He must have, I mean, you never know. And then him and Tommaso, two great minds to make the perfect murder.
Tommaso's smart. Let's be real, folks. He's smart. He has the education. He's smart. Whoever did this crime is smart, because they've gotten away with it 70 days in a society where the numbers are against the perp.
Yes, and they're smart. They're like, you know what? They can try to pin it on us. We've all been to the house. How can they pin it on us? Like, I feel like whatever was done, it was done somewhere else. Whatever was in the had on it. And they just said, let's stage it.
Where's the Arizona State Police? Do they even have a state police in Arizona? Like, where's the state troopers? Like, the state troopers, like, you got the FBI, you got Pima County Sheriff's Department. Where are, like, the or State Bureau of Investigation, the ABI? Do they even have the ABI, like TBI or South Carolina SLED? Where are there Pennsylvania state troopers or
Yeah, because I'm from
Texas?
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
So, but,
Pennsylvania troopers,
Yeah.
state police.
But,
They got
yeah,
state
but to
police.
me-
Where's the state police?
To me, it doesn't make sense because it's like, okay, mom, I'm gonna go send you an Uber around 5:40 p.m. and you drop her back off. I mean, you know how fast 3 hours go by? What was the point? So I feel like she wasn't there. She wasn't dropped off. I don't feel like she was dropped off. She was either taken somewhere and something was done to her, and they just staged it. It has to be.
I mean, there's people that stage crimes. People cover stuff up, concealment, cleaning up the mess of crimes. People do that. It's been done a lot. People try to hide things.
And we're talking about someone with his background and Tommaso's. So, you know, I feel like it was something in between them two to benefit out of something.
But where was Cameron though? You know, real talk, folks. Where was Cameron? Where was Cameron at this time? Where was he? Was he in Vermont?
He had to have been there. Maybe he did go January 11th. He attempted something and it didn't work out. You know, he might have. I don't know. But then again, I don't trust the footage. I really don't trust the footage, the timeline.
And
Nanos doesn't know what he's talking about 90% of the time. Like, it's just gibberish. He makes stuff up just to answer the question.
And another
like,
thing.
I feel like
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just feel like he just answers to have given an answer. I saw one of the I think it was the first press conference that he did. Like, he seemed so nervous. Like, he wanted to just pass the mic off.
Yeah, he's not ready for big time. We could do better. I could do better than him in presenting the case. Literally. Just give me a script and debrief and I could present it. Nanos was just shell-shocked, bright lights. It's kind of like Friday Night Lights, you know, like I don't know, like maybe he's a big fish in a small pond, but a small fish in a big pond on the national level.
But this is why I don't know. It's still. I mean, in the beginning I had a whole different scenario, but then now I started, like, you know, and I'm like, something's up. Like, maybe he was threatened and that's why he was so nervous. Like, I feel like he was blackmailed before that and said something, like maybe somebody said something big is gonna happen. It's gonna be in your hands. You're gonna have to figure it out. But on the other hand, I know this about you, so you have to handle it this way, or I don't know, like something. Because then after that, didn't they see him at a basketball game or a football, baseball, whatever it was?
Is that a basketball game?
Like nothing happened. Like nothing's going on. Because it's way too weird that everyone. Another thing is, I think the whole thing about someone from church was concerned, I think that's bogus. Because it's like, okay, the only way you would know if someone is logged in and watching is if it's on like Teams or Zoom. There's no way you would know if someone attended or not. If you're watching, let's say, a YouTube live of that church, how would you know? How would you know who's logged on?
How would you? You're right.
And then why would they say something just one day that she doesn't happen to log in or into church? Just one day? I would be concerned if someone doesn't log in for a few days, maybe a few Sundays. So I don't know. Like, I really think, and sometimes I think maybe it didn't even happen on the day that they claimed she went missing. Maybe it happened before, and they just staged it. I don't know. It's just way too weird. It's way too weird.
Appreciate the call. Shout out to Philly. I'm from Philly originally. Shout out to Philly.
Yes, go Eagles, go Phillies, go Flyers, go Sixers.
Oh, you like all the four. They're one of the cities with the four major sports.
Yes. But take care and please be safe, okay?
Thank you. You have a good day.
All right. You too, bye.
JR React. Thank you, JR React. Go Phillies. Go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, right? Fly, Eagles, fly.
Hi, Lydia.
wants to talk. Oh man, my phone is all types of messages. We're saying call Alex. We'll try Alex again. Alex, the great Alexander the Great.
Yeah, you're cold.
Going in. Alex. All right, that'll be my last time calling him. If he doesn't answer, he must be doing his thing. Yeah, the next couple of days I'm gonna ramp up the calls and we're just gonna keep this open forum and just Julie wants to talk about Cameron. See, I want to hear a little bit more about Cameron. That just piques my interest about Cameron because Cameron to me is a little mystery. He's kind of a mysterious one in here that we don't know much about. So here's another
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
All right, I'll try it again. Jules, I just called you Jules. If you want to call me back, I have some theories and questions. Nicole. All right, Nicole. I'll bring you on, Nicole. Theories and questions. Oh, we spoke before. Your number's in my phone. All right. All right, Nicole. Come on in. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Nicole.
Yeah, so
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. What's going on?
First of all, I just want to say you have my support and JLR Army Strong.
JLR Army Strong. Absolutely. Thank you.
So I think that Cameron is suspicious because didn't Savannah say that when she talked to her brother, he said that he said his mom was taken for ransom. Now, how would he know that?
Well, that's what I was going to say. The other call. That's exactly what I was going to say. The last caller from Philly. Another major red flag to me, unless it can be explained. How in the heck did Cameron, just out of every possible scenario of any type of thing dealing with her, sit there and say to Savannah before the ransom notes come out, right. Oh, I don't think this looks good. It's like some sort of kidnapping for ransom.
And it's your fault.
I mean, I know he's in the military and everything, intelligence and stuff, but why would you say that and then tell your sister, yeah, it's probably because of you or because, you're famous and stuff? I mean,
yeah,
that's just,
it's red flags. Should we, you know what I'm going to get as a prop at the Halloween store or something, or Hobby Lobby? Red flags. Dude, we're going to start doing red flags. Anything that somebody says, I'm going to start waving red.
Yes, it was better yesterday.
I want to get
coming back to rain.
Red flags.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain.
Yeah. Then also,
and then today.
I saw a picture. I don't know if it's AI, and I can't find it to save my life. But there was a picture of Savannah and her mom. I think it was AI, because in the background there was a computer, and somebody had it circled. And it looked like there was somebody outside of Nancy's door. But I think it was AI. Because it was really weird that, not long after we saw what the perp looked like, it popped up. But I don't know if anybody's seen that picture. I just thought it was really weird. I'm like, whoa. But my question is...
Where's this pic? You got it? Can you text it to me?
I'll see if I can find it, and I'll text it to you. But... I think it was AI generated, but if I can find it again, I'll text to you, because in the back, sitting on the table, there's a computer screen. And when I first saw it, I'm like, well, why are they circling the computer screen? And I didn't think anything else of it. Well, then I went back to look through some pictures, and I was like, oh, that's how they circled it. So I don't know when it was taken or if it's AI generated, but if I find it, I will text it to you.
Thank you. But yeah, Christy Hardy, thank you. 9911, thank you. Very grateful. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that, but so what else is sticking out? Red flags or what? What's sticking out that you don't about this case?
Good the red flags is, I think a lot of callers have said this, And I'm 100% agree. If that was my mother, my mom was my best friend. I lost my mom in 21. She was sick. She died. They found cancer in her lungs. It was too far gone, but she had other stuff. But anyway, she was my best friend. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care what law enforcement say. I don't care what the FBI says. I don't care if I'm famous. I'm going to be out there looking for my mom. And I'm going to be gathering people and finding people and looking for her. And also that neighborhood. I mean, how would any of those people feel? And I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody. I'm not trying to, be disrespectful, but how would they feel if the shoe was on the other foot?
Yeah.
And, people just left and weren't helping them. I mean, if it was my mom, I would be handing out flyers. I would be handing out, hanging up posters. I mean, I would be all over the place. And it's almost like
there was like a sense of urgency, I think, for a couple of weeks at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like, and callers have pointed this out, and I get it. From the time of that woman that got rushed to the hospital, it just seems like after that, it was more of like like there's no urgency.
That was her at the hospital, I'm sure.
Just things have like changed. Like they didn't put out much anymore. There was no like, we need to find her now type of deal. As critical as it was at those first couple of weeks. It seems like that, my opinion. You get what I mean or no?
Yeah. That's, it was like, and then all of a sudden, Sheriff Nanos was doing all these interviews, and I will tell you, I live in Virginia, so I'm originally from Florida. I was born in Melbourne, Florida.
Nice.
But I'm a military brat. That's why I'm in Virginia. But anyway, I've never seen a sheriff do like one-on-one with news stations.
Yeah.
Ever. We need Grady.
You need Grady Judd. Melbourne, you need Wayne Ivey.
Yeah.
Sheriff Ivey?
Yes.
He's pretty good. I like him. You know what he does to perps? He makes videos in front of the like drug houses and shames them in front of their house.
Oh my gosh.
Wayne Ivey. Yeah, he does that. And then also films, some of these like crazy wackadoodles when they're getting out of the car handcuffed, the really bad ones.
Yeah, in my opinion, to me, it feels like, it almost feels like she's passed away and they know it, because look at all the stuff they had done to her house. Look at all the people that went into her house. And take down a crime scene tape if you see blood. That crime scene tape should stay up. It still should be up there as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know.
Do you think it's possible the people that did this, people actually had a one-on-one talk with Savannah and said, this is what happened, went down, but we have to just do it this way? We have to?
You know what?
Like as if she knows. But now it's going to be just a dark secret.
It
within
could
the family, or certain people just pinky swear we can't say.
I mean, to me, it looks like they already had her funeral. They're just doing their thing and working on the house and stuff like that. That's what it feels like to me. But my question is, why couldn't they tell us what she was wearing? And why can't they show us any other footage? I mean, I know there's certain things you cannot share in an investigation. You can't give out all your secrets because you're trying to bring that person out. But
I just want to read this comment by Christy Hardy about Savannah 9911. Thank you for the comment. First, she can't say she wouldn't go back to work. These are contracts and obligations as an adult. So in reference to Savannah leaving out there and going back to work, in the midst of her mom being missing, you have to live because, like it or not, life will go on. I like to chat with you.
But they know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to log off.
Christy. And,
Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. It might be a boring.
Yes, I
Saturday,
agree with
but
her.
we'll
I
see if we
agree
can
that
figure
life goes
something
on,
out.
but Haney
All
and
right,
Tommaso
everybody.
are right there.
Love
They can do
y'all.
stuff, you know.
They're not doing anything. Let's be real.